Carrot cake is a top 5 cake, and I know that's a wild thing to say, but I guarantee if you think that, you've never had carrot cake like this. So today, I'm gonna show you how to make an amazing carrot cake paired with the perfect brown butter icing. And the next best thing, this is a 6-inch cake recipe. So it's a small cake, and that only means one thing. You can eat this all by yourself, and honestly, not much gets better than that. For today, our prep work is super simple. We just gotta grate some carrots, line our baking pan, and that's it. I already got the wet and dry ingredients measured, so that's ready to go when this time. But let's get to the star of the show, the carrots, and we really gotta take care of this because it's crucial to carrot cake, and this is one of the reasons why I've hated so many people's carrot cakes, because they don't do this. Obviously, we gotta grate them, but when everybody eats carrot cake growing up or whenever you have it, I feel like the biggest issue is the carrots are too big. So that's something we're gonna take care of, and I feel like the key to that is just grating it very finely. The smaller, the better for me, honestly. I don't want vegetables. I don't wanna feel like I'm eating vegetables, you know? I wanna feel like I'm eating cake. So grating them up small is really gonna take care of that. And so we're just grating them right here, and it's simple. I usually would do this on parchment paper, but I'm on my last sheet of parchment, so we're gonna do it in the tray. Still make cleanup very easy and simple. We'll knock this out, and we'll get ready to shred. We'll cut the roots of them off. I always like to start on the thick end when it comes to grating it, just because it makes everything a lot easier. And the best part, like I said, this is a 6-inch cake, so it's easy. Not much goes into it. And when I have to grate carrots, most of the time for like a large carrot cake recipe, I always use my food processor because it just makes easier work of it. Then I go through it and just give it a nice fine chop. But since this is a 6-inch cake, we don't need that much. So this should do the job, but I'll see you in a second. To line our pan is easy. You need cake pan, parchment paper, a rectangular sheet, and this is how I cut out to get like a little perfect circle. You can buy the 6-inch cutouts, but I can never find those at stores. And I'm really not good at explaining it, so just gonna have to watch. I fold it in half, then I fold it in half again. I already started this process, as you can see. And then I take the edges and just fold little triangles. Over, 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 and over. Till you have something that looks just like this. Make sure you get a good fold on it. Flip the cake pan upside down. I take the tip and I line it up right with the center, and then I just make a little fold right there, just so I know how much I need. Take your scissors, and then in that same line, I always like to cut just a little bit underneath it. Unfold it, and bang. You have a nice, perfect circle ready for the inside of your pans. To grease it up, we're just gonna use the oil or the fat of choice in the recipe, which is going to be oil. So we're gonna do that. This cake really is not gonna stick no matter what. Jesus will come back to earth before this cake sticks, but you can never be too sure. So just do a nice layer, a nice small layer. You don't gotta go crazy. Paint the edges. Once you got it ordered up, take that parchment paper and then just place it right on the bottom, rub it in. And then again, I like to just go over that parchment paper again with the remaining of that oil, just so it doesn't stick. Now our prep is done, and we can get ready to start on our wet and dry ingredients. Making the batter is super simple. So we're going in there with flour, baking soda, salt, and cinnamon. And why I went with the 6-inch cake recipe for you guys this week is because it's just me. It's just me here. I'm not living with nobody. And if there's a whole cake at my disposal, I'll eat it all. So I need a 6-inch cake. That's like 4 to 5 slices max. So I won't feel too bad about eating a whole cake by myself. But if I make a 12-inch cake, I guarantee you, by the weekend's over, if I don't give some away, I will eat that cake all by myself, and I just can't have that. Mix this together, and that's our dry ingredients. For our wet ingredients, it's just as simple. We'll go in there with sugar. Did you know sugar should be a wet ingredient? Technically, it is. And then vegetable oil, of course. And then right here, I have an egg that's been sitting in warm water because you need a room temperature ingredients, and I don't want to have eggs sitting out overnight. So just sitting in warm water for 10 minutes will do the trick. Crack it in, no shells. Mix this all up to well incorporated like that, and then take those dry ingredients and just dump them straight back into the wet. And my top 5 cakes. Funfetti would have to be number 1, and you don't want to over mix it, so you just want to mix this till the flour is just incorporated. We still got to add one more ingredient to this. So I would say Funfetti is my number 1, and then honestly, I would have to go plain. Like, I love good plain cake, and then we're going in with our carrot. Plain cake is undefeated at 2, and then red velvet, golded, and then low key, I made an apple cider cake not too long ago, and that was phenomenal. So I put that at 4, and then carrot cake coming in at 5. Like, this is really good. I made this for a party one time. They went crazy for it. I made it for a party, and then I made it for my boy's girl. She loved it, so, and I honestly loved it. Like, I've been a hater of carrot cake for the longest time, but as soon as I found this recipe, made it, I was like, oh yeah, this is a top 5 cake easily. And then you just want to fold it in. So disperse those carrots, kind of chop them in, and then just fold it in. like this. And as we can see the batter, it's not super runny. And that's a good thing. That's okay. We're still gonna have a good, nice, moist cake. Okay, now we can bring back our grease bowl. Move that to the side. Clean up while you cook. It makes your life that much easier. And I forgot to mention, preheat your oven to 350 degrees. Make sure that rack is on the second rack because that's what we're gonna be baking at today. Look at that, just looking beautiful. I gotta do this backwards for y'all so y'all can see it. And just dump it straight in. Just like so. Ooh, I'm telling y'all, this is gonna be so good. I can already smell it. Like, y'all just don't know it because y'all haven't made it yet. And once you make it, I promise you, you'll be like, yo, DeRay, this is crazy. Easter's coming up. Perfect spring is coming. Once you have it in there, I always like to pick the cake up and drop it just to get rid of all the air bubbles. You can do this a couple times. Do it till you're happy. Once you waken your neighbor up from banging on the counter, I always like to bake on a baking sheet. It just makes transportation that much easier. We're gonna place this in a 350-degree oven and bake for 30 to 35 minutes, depending on your oven, till you insert a toothpick and it comes out with moist crumbs on it. If it comes out clean, it's gonna continue to cook as it cools and it's gonna overbake. So always check. When you see those moist crumbs, that's how you know it's ready to go. While our cake is baking, we'll go ahead and get started on our brown butter cream cheese icing, the best icing you will ever eat. Even better paired with this carrot cake. If you've never had brown butter or brown buttered icing before in your life, what are you doing? You're missing out on so much flavor, so much good things that you gotta experience. And making brown butter is super simple. It takes a little bit, so you're gonna have to bear with me with this, but it comes together quick. It's easy to make and it'll really upgrade everything. You can use it in so many applications, and comparing it with this cake is just phenomenal. Just let it cook and melt. All the milk solids will eventually cook out. You're gonna start to see it foamy. Just keep on moving. You wanna keep an eye on this. This will go from brown butter to burnt real quickly. If you can't tell, this is the third and final pot I got from Made In. If you haven't seen last week's video, I did like a compare and contrast. Bringing in 2 pans, stainless steel and carbon steel. They did phenomenal. Made In pans are really worth the hype. And so today, we're gonna put this one to the test and see how it does. It should do just fine. We're making brown butter, not much to it. I know you guys really can't see it right now, but the butter's at like an amber color, and you're probably about 30 to 45 seconds away. Once it gets to like a dark amber color, that's when you're good to pull it. Remember, when you do pull this and place it in a container, it will continue to cook. So just keep that in mind. You don't want to wait too late because then it'll just get nasty and bitter. You don't want that. Our butter is done, and I'm gonna show y'all what we're looking like. As we can see, y'all finna hear my dog lick something. Just pour it in there. And once it gets that color, you're good to go. All those milk solids stuck in the bottom of the pan, make sure you scrape that pan, get all those milk solids out. And once it looks like this, just place it in the refrigerator, cover for 20 to 30 minutes till it's softened, and then we'll come back, make our cream cheese icing. Our cake is almost done. Let's take a look and see where we're at. Check your cake. Oh yeah, we're good to go. I can already tell we're good to go. Bang. An amazing cake. This is ready to go. So now we're just gonna let this cool in the pan for 10 minutes, flip it out onto a wire rack, and then we'll wrap it up, throw it in the fridge, and it's almost done. Cake is ready to come out the pan. It should come out with ease. Ready? 1, 2, 3, flip it over. Give it one couple taps. Oh my Lord, we didn't get it. But don't worry, sometimes you just need a little extra help. This is just a little help getting releasing from the pan. Just go around the edges. Just like so. My heart is dropping. I promise the cake that wouldn't stick, and we might have a cake that sticks. All right, one more time. 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah, there we go. Easy money. Look at that. Oh my goodness, this cake is beautiful. And one thing I always like to do to make icing a lot easier and just retain moisture is I like to wrap the cake as soon as I cannot speak. And another thing I like to do to make sure my cake retains its moisture, it makes icing that much easier. It's like to wrap it and throw it in the freezer. Just for about 20, 30 minutes till it completely cools off. And because that's gonna make the icing a lot easier to do. You don't have to worry about those crumbs spreading all over the place. So I just make a nice little T right here. Flip your cake over, be gentle. This is still very a delicate cake. And then peel off that back side, just like so. Take it, and now you just wrap that cake in, and that's gonna retain all that moisture. You'll see all that steam start to rise up in the cake, and that's a good thing. Don't be afraid of that. Just wrap it up tightly. Still be very gentle with it, just like so. Wrap it, flip it over. Make sure it's all touching. Once you have it looking like this, take it, place it in the freezer fridge for an hour, just till it completely cools off. It's cold, and that's really gonna help with icing, like I said earlier, and then throw it on a cardboard tray too, so it doesn't bend in the fridge. But as soon as this is ready to go, we'll come back, make our icing, and then we'll ice the cake, call it a day. And now that your brown butter has cooled, this next step is very easy. Once it's softened up and solidified, we'll go ahead and dump that into a bowl. Make sure you get all those brown bits out the bottom. That's flavor. You want that at every bite. Next, you want to add in your cream cheese. And I am making a double batch of icing just because I love icing. I'll put the recipe for just one down in the comments, and then we'll go down there with powdered sugar. You can sift this before, but honestly, I did not feel like doing all that extra work, so I didn't do that. Go in there with that. Powdered sugar always makes a mess. I know I'm about to make it even a bigger mess. And the last thing, cinnamon, goated. One of my favorite spices. Cool, I like to just kind of give it like a slight mix just to help that powdered sugar stick to everything so we don't have too big of a mess. Now, take those blenders and you just want to blend it all together. Take your time here, but it just feels inevitable. I feel like it's destiny. It just mixes this all in. My goodness, I'm missing one thing. How could I forget that? This is the most amazing ingredient ever. We need vanilla extract. We'll go in there with about 2 teaspoons. You can always eyeball this. Vanilla extract, you can never go wrong. Now we'll continue to mix this up. After a few minutes of mixing, you're gonna have something so magnificent. And just like that, our brown butter icing is ready to go. Let's ice this cake, and we're on the home stretch. Our cake has been in the fridge for about 30, 45 minutes-ish. Just to solidify, cool down a lot. Go down there with just a little bit of icing so our cake board can sit on. Make sure it's flat. And then now you should unwrap this. It's like Christmas, unwrapping gifts. I love this. And putting it in that freezer for just a little bit, that time is really gonna make a difference, at least for me when it comes to icing. And then of course you go down there with just a little bit more, just so this cake will stick while we coat everything. Oh, I love brown butter icing. I'm telling y'all really have no idea how good this is about to be. Try it, I'm telling you. Okay, cool, and then just place that down. Take a good handful of the icing and just place it right on top. Then take your outside spatula, this is a small one, and just move it all around. Just like so. You could really just coat the top too and you'll be just fine. Make a little design, but we're gonna go all the way around. You can really play with this. However you like to ice cakes, design cakes, you can do that. So this part takes a little bit for me. I know this is my weakness when it comes to making cakes, is just the final finishing of it. It's not my strong suit, but I've gotten a lot better. I did a cool cake for Valentine's Day. I'll pop that up right here. Phenomenal cake. One of my best cakes to date. So I'm getting better slowly but surely. And then once you have all the sides coated, you're really just flattening it out, taking any excess off, and then we're gonna pipe just a small border on it. Since this is a 6-inch cake, like it's cake. Like this is nothing compared. We got our cake ready to go. You can stop here, sprinkle walnuts and more carrots on top, but I gotta take it one step further. I want to practice my icing skills, so we're gonna pipe a shell border on it. And I always like to practice before I kind of get started just to see how I'm doing, because I'm not the best at piping cakes. So now, this is like a free therapy session. All you wanna do is just go around, make your little shell border, squeeze, let go, squeeze, let go, just like so. And just go all the way around. Very easy. And just keep on squeezing it just to get that tension where you need it to be, just like so. And then if you wanna be fancy, I don't know if I'm gonna do the bottom. Kind of sloppy, but we'll be fine. And we'll do the same thing on the bottom. Fuck it. And here we have it, our cake looking absolutely beautiful. I'm happy with that shell board. That's probably some of my better work. At this point, you could sprinkle some more carrots on it. Some shaved or chopped walnuts would be a great addition. I don't like that, so I'm not putting it on my cake, but feel free to do it for you. Now, all I have to do is cut into it and see how this cake is looking. Go right there, slide back. And then, ooh, that's kind of an ugly piece. I don't know how I want to cut this. Cut it just like that. Slide it back. Picking a slice of cake is always the hardest for me. Get underneath it, pick it up. Come on now, work with me. Bada bing, bada boom. Here we have it. Ah, look at that. Absolutely beautiful. I'm on the icing. This cake looks absolutely beautiful. You can see the brown butter specks in the icing. Let's go for it. Cheers to y'all. Don't make the same thing all the time. Challenge yourself in the kitchen. Cheers to y'all. Oh my goodness. Crazy. I stand by what I say. Carrot cake is a top 5 cake easily. The brown butter icing, the carrot cake complement each other perfectly. Make this and I guarantee you this will be your favorite cake. You'll be volunteering to bring this to places. That's how good this was. It's easy. And the best part about this recipe is it is a 6-inch cake. I got about 4 to 5 more slices left. 2 days on the weekend. It's going to be a good weekend. Come back next week. You know I got a banger for y'all. Peace.